Usher, the Director for Data and Research here at the To and Through Project. And I want to show you a couple new features that are on our online public Milestones tool. So if you're not familiar with it, when you come to our To and Through website and you click on Data Tools up at the top, it brings you to this page. This is the landing page for our public tool. Hopefully you are familiar with it, but if you're not, welcome. We have a ton of awesome data for you to explore about outcomes in Chicago Public Schools. It looks like a lot of data here. You're going to see all these different squares that you can click on. It's actually all the same data for the most part. It's just organized in different ways. So when you come to this page, think about where you're most interested or where your work most aligns, whether that be high schools, elementary schools, communities, and that's the square you're going to want to click on to get into the data. A couple new ones that we've got for you are, for the first time, we have outcomes for CPS graduates in colleges. So that's really exciting. So City Colleges has really led the pack here, and they've gone ahead and made all of their data public. So anyone is able to click into the City Colleges box and see what outcomes are like for CPS graduates who enroll at City Colleges. Are they persisting? Are they transferring? Are they completing credentials or degrees? So that's really exciting. The other new one we've got is school board districts here, right? So we had our first school board elections in Chicago. And so if you click into this square, which I'll show quickly, this is going to organize all of the data by what school board district students live in. So for example, if you scroll down, here's a handy map of all the board districts. And then if you keep scrolling, you'll see by school board district what outcomes are like on our key milestones. So ninth grade enrollment, on track, high school graduation, college enrollment, persistence, and completion. A couple other great features here. If you click into a school board district, the landing page that it brings you to is going to give you some context about who lives in that school board district. How does that compare to the city's demographic breakdown as a whole? What percentage of students who live there attend CPS? So that's pretty exciting. And then if you click on ninth grade enrollment, another great feature, you can see the demographics of ninth graders in that board district. I think it's really interesting to look at what high schools here are CPS students in that school board district enrolling into. So what are some of the most popular schools for those students? So that's a pretty cool new feature. Another one I want to show, let's go back to the landing page, is disaggregations of the data for students who are English learners or former English learners and for students who have IEPs. So I'll use our high school lens again as an example. If you click in here, for those of you who are new to the tool, every page is set up pretty similarly. We've got our key milestones here at the top, and then each of these you can click into to get more data. So I'll use high school graduation as an example. And right now we're looking at the district as a whole. You can see it says Chicago Public Schools at the top. If you want to dive into a specific high school, you can scroll down and pick one of those that you're most interested in, but I'll leave it at the district for now. If we click into, I'll just use high school graduation as an example of these new disaggregations. Again, every page is set up the same way. You're going to see a high-level breakdown of the metric you're looking at, so high school graduation rates in this case. You're going to see what that's looked like across time. And then at the bottom is this really powerful section called within my district or within my school, where you can choose how you want to disaggregate that data for students from different groups. And so the two I want to highlight right now are English learner status and IEP status. So those are two new ways of looking at the data on each of our milestones and outcomes that can tell you more about how students from different groups are experiencing and moving through our system. The last feature I want to point out is in our college completion milestone. So you've always been able on our tool to see college completion rates for students in 6 years, which is kind of the standard 150% of the expected time. So for a 4-year enrollee, that would be 6 years to complete a degree or credential. We actually did a research report that's available on our website. We published a couple years ago showing that for every CPS high school and for the majority of students in CPS who are going to college and completing credentials, it's going to take them longer than 4 years. It's going to take them somewhere between 4 and 6 years. And so we wanted to give people the ability to toggle between that 4-year rate. So right now we're seeing college completion of bachelor's degrees for CPS graduates in this class. About 25% are completing a bachelor's degree in 4 years. If we move that to 6 years, it goes up to almost 40% completion of bachelor's. So we know that those rates are really different depending on how much time we allot students. And that goes for all the other graphs on this page, you can choose to look at 4-year or 6-year rates. That's so important as we're helping students and families know what to expect on their post-secondary journey and how to plan for things. So those are just a few of the new features on our tool that we've rolled out. If you are interested in delving into the tool more deeply, or if you're new to the tool and want to learn more, we do free public workshops. Check out the events page on our website to learn more, and we'd love to see you there.